What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan and Nick Fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. All right, before we get into the video, I got to give a big shout out to our Detroit Knicks fans. They was in the house and they represented it hard. They had it with the orange and blue flowing in the Detroit. Yeah. All right. I just want to give a big shout out to you, Detroit Knicks fans. If you come across this channel and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. But I want to say thank you for representing the Knicks out there in DT in the big Detroit. Um, yeah, it seemed like wherever Knicks go, we got the house packed. We got the orange and blue swerving in the audience, and it feels good to be a Knicks fan right now. You walk around with my hat, shouts, sitting inside. You know what I'm saying? It feels really good to be a Knicks fan right now, or at least right now. All right, let's get into this game. And before I go further, I know a lot of you, especially when I say a lot of you, I'm talking about you non-Knicks fan. You're going to come out and talk about, well, it was only the Detroit Pistons. And before I go on, we own the Detroit Pistons. We own that team. We beat them 15. Well, make that 16. 16 straight games in a row. We have dominated that team. Matter of fact, we are the only team in the NBA to dominate one team so much. We lead the league in dominating a team. This team, we dominate Detroit. So I don't want to take away that. We're not gonna let that take away from this victory. All right. Because like I said, well, I haven't said it yet, but I'm going to say it. Detroit, they made some changes. They was terrible last year, and yes, they started off 1-4. You know what I'm saying? Before I ain't gonna say coming into the Garden, before we entered their house, they was 1-4. Yes, and you look at the teams they played. They played the Pacers, not a bad team. The Cavs is really hot. You know what I'm saying? Boston, we already know what Boston's about. And the Heat is always like right there and don't make they move into the playoff. They're not a bad team. They're not a great team, but they're not a bum team. They're not a bum team. And then the 76ers. And against the Pacers, they lost by 16 points, 12 points by the Cavs, 6 points. They only lost against the Boston Celtics. So that was a damn good game. This is what I mean by the up and coming team. They got the guys. They just got to get the consistency. Really, if you look at that team, they don't really have a true leader. But like I said, I know Cade Cunningham is a good player, but he's not a real leader, which I think that's from having so many top first round picks that nobody want to listen to nobody. But let's get to another. Let's get back to this game. All right. Like I said, the Heat, they lost by 8 points and they beat the 76ers by 10. So, like I said, once again, this is an up and coming team. And I don't want to take nothing away from this victory because this victory was damn near perfect. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Points, defense, whatever. We're gonna get into the game. But I just want to give the Detroit fans, New York Knicks fans, one more shout out. And I just don't want y'all to take this win or this team for granted. Because like I said, I'm gonna say it again. It's an up and coming team. All right. Let's get over to this. Did I tell you? Did I say we beat them 16 straight times? Yeah, I think I did. Let's get to this game. All right. What did this game prove? This game proved, if you've seen the thumbnail, it actually tell you this is why we made the trade. This is why we are so much better without Julius Randle. And there's no, and I don't mean not throwing any dirt on Julius Randle, but this team is so much better without Julius Randle. This offense, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, this was the fourth consecutive game that all the starters scored in digits, excuse me. That hasn't happened since 1989. And to further bolster that trade, the second game, the team had 30 assists. And I don't think that would have been possible with Julius Randle. And there's been time when Julius Randle was great. Like I said, I'm not throwing dirt on Julius Randle because Julius Randle got us to where we at. This prosperity that the Knicks fans are feeling is owed to Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? He got the ball rolling for us Knicks fans. But at the same time, this roster, Towns is a much better player than Julius Randle. And the thing about what I'm liking about Towns, I'm like, I don't want to get off subject, but a lot of people call him soft, and that sometimes the first couple of games, some people will say, "Oh, he look a little soft there," but lately he been putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? He been putting in that work to change that image, and he's gonna have to if he's gonna be a player here in the Big Apple. You know what I'm saying? I think Minnesota was the Twin Apples. Somebody hit me in the comments and tell me what the Minnesota their nickname is for their city But yeah, woo! This game right here solidified that trade. I don't care what nobody said. I don't point out that the Knicks scored 4 times. The starters done hit the double figure mark. Second game of 30 assists. I don't think would have been done with Julius Randle. I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing dirt on the man, but it got to be said. It got to be said. Knicks won this game by 30 points. 30 points. Um, got called after Towns up here with 21 points because he had a good night. He had 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals, and a block to go along with them 21 points. Cade Cunningham, like I said, he leads that team in scoring, but I don't think he's a leader just yet. Maybe another 2 more years in the league, he'll find his footing. But yeah, he had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, no steals, and 1 block. What do the Knicks do to take over this game? Uh, they did it all. Let's be real, they did it all. They came out with a real fast start. First of all, they got off to a real good start, a real hot start. An early lead. They had balanced scoring. Let's talk about the shooting. The shooting was efficient. Defensive pressure. They had forced turnovers. Pistons was just turn the ball over left and right, and the rebounding was superb tonight. So them are 5 factors that if they can continue, you know what I'm saying, over to Monday night against Houston, that should be a victory. But Houston is looking good. And this is going to be a real test because Houston is a young, long, athletic team that like to run. And they just beat Dallas. And I'm not saying that the Knicks are better than Dallas, but defensively, I think the Knicks actually let me back up a step or two. And let me just say, you know what I'm saying? Yes, the Knicks are better than the Dallas Mavericks. I don't care defensively and offensively. I think we got a better team. And I know people look at it and say Luca, and you got Kyrie, and then you bring in what's the other smash, bro? What name is right there. Clay Thompson makes that team a threat in the West. I'm not gonna lie, but I still think the New York Knicks are better than that team. I think the Knicks are the second best team in the league right now behind Boston, and it's only a few months before we catch up and pass them. That's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think we're going to surpass the Boston Celtics this season? Are we going to take the mantle of the top dog in the East? I got a feeling we are. I got a feeling we are, baby. I'm just telling you right now. I got a feeling the Knicks is going to take that mantle. All right, let's move right along because I want to talk about something like that game. Just to get into the game stats real quick because I want to talk about my man Brunson. I did mention all these teams. I should have brung it up when I talked about how they beat the Indiana Pacers, Cleveland, Boston, and Miami. I just want to show that these are not bum teams. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't beat them. They lost, but they didn't lose by a large margin. And they happened to beat Philadelphia. And some of y'all gonna say, well, MB wasn't playing. And hit me in the comments if I'm wrong. That Paul George ain't back yet. Um, and they looking bad. I think they just won their first game the other night. Philadelphia, it is. And everybody had them being one of the top dogs in the East. So you never know how this is going to play out. This is why I said the Knicks can take that mantle and be the number 1 top dog in the East. And that's just how I'm envisioning it. I don't care what nobody say. I still think we are a better team than Boston. I know Boston came out and they shot lights out, almost had a historic night on the New York Knicks. But I still think that we are a better team and we're just growing. You have to take in consideration that they are a team. The Boston Celtics brought all their players back, or at least at 13 of them players back. So they know each other. They know each other. And the Knicks, that was their first real game other than preseason and practice and training camp of playing together. So they came out and it didn't look pretty, but the Knicks still shot the ball very well. They still had over 20 something assists. So I'm to me, we going to meet again. You Boston fans, y'all come across this video, we going to meet again. And it's going to be a different story. I guarantee it's going to be a different story the next time the New York Knicks meet the Boston Celtics. I put money on that. You know what I'm saying? I put money on that. All right, let's move it right along. In this game, the Knicks shot what 51%. They went 52 for 101 from the field. And another spectacular night from downtown, shooting over 47% from downtown. I think they shot over 45% the last game in Miami Heat. And the free throws, they were 6 for 10, which was really kind of disappointing because they didn't get to the line in the fourth and in third. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Knicks got to the free throw line in the fourth. Well, they did. Hmm. It just I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking right here. I know they did, but hit me in the comments and let me know because when I looked at the third quarter, you know what I'm saying, it was 6 and 10 free throws, but the Knicks another spectacular game. I mean that Miami Heat game was a great game. Jalen Brunson had an off night, but Towns dropped 44 points, and I think he had like 11 rebounds or something like that, or 13. This is shown us what we needed. What this team need to be great is a center. It feels good to have a center that we can rely on for points because it take a whole lot of pressure off of all our other players. We don't have players like Tatum and Wassercom, but the players we do have, it takes the pressure off of Brunson, take the pressure off of Anunoby, off of Mikal. Mikal coming along like that preseason had us all scared when it comes to Bridges. We was all nervous, but it's water under the boat. And I still, if y'all seen my video and I said the big three and somebody said the big three is dead, I still consider Anunoby, Towns, and Jalen Brunson to be the New York Knicks big three. That's just my opinion. All right. Like I said, we took that early lead. The Knicks jumped out early. They had a massive first quarter, but a 39-14 lead at one point. We was almost the biggest lead of this game was 38 points. I mean, this was almost a perfect scoring. A perfect game. We had balanced scoring, effective shooting, defense pressure was off the hook, and rebounding dominance. This was damn near a perfect game. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And let me know what y'all think in the comments. If y'all don't think this was a perfect game, this was on his way of putting the Knicks on the right. A game like this had me think. I know I'm bouncing, but because I was thinking about the Cavs and how they got off to such a strong start. But if you look at the teams they played early on, the teams was weak teams. They was crappy teams. You know what I'm saying? They was teams that they were supposed to beat. And this is what I like about the last two games that the Knicks beat teams that they were supposed to beat. And in doing so, it gave them so much confidence that it's only going to put us in a position to be better than the Boston Celtics. That's right. You should have known that was coming back. We are definitely going to be better than the Boston Celtics by the time the season ends. We might be looking better by the time we get to the trade deadline. So we're in January or somewhere. We might just be looking better than the Boston Celtics. I don't care what nobody says. In my heart, is in my mind. And you know, as the women said, if you can manifest it, it will happen. The manifest. Excuse me. All right, let's move right along because I want to talk about a player that had a spectacular night tonight. You know what I'm saying? A player that he should be another all-star this year. I'm hoping he be an all-star. That's Jalen Brunson. Dropped 36 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. And I know if you've been watching my videos, y'all hear me always complaining about Brunson. I want him to average somewhere around 8, maybe 9 assists a game. But tonight was all right. Okay, because as I said early on, the Knicks had dropped 30 assists, and this is the second time in 2 games they had average. Well, I ain't gonna say average, but had 30 assists. And that means everybody is getting a piece of the pie. When I mean piece of the pie, but they sharing the pie. They dishing it out. Everybody is moving. But this is why I'm gonna say it again. This offense is so much better without Julius Randle. Without Julius Randle, this offense is so much better. You know what I'm saying? If Jalen Brunson can do what he did tonight against the Houston Rockets, it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good Monday. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wake up to the Monday blues. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a Jet fan or a Knicks fan or any kind of sports fan, when you get to work, only thing you're thinking about is that game later on tonight to get you through that Monday blues. Now we got a game against them. Houston Rockets on Monday, and I'm hoping that they can get rid of them Monday blues. You know what I'm saying? Have me feeling the blue and the orange on Monday. You know what I'm saying? And the only way, well, I ain't gonna say the only way, but if Jalen Brunson could continue to what he did tonight, which come out hot, have that hot start, come what he had with 13 of 36 of his points came in that first half. If he can start like that, the efficient shooting. He had hit 14 of his of 22 shots from the field. He went 6 of 8 from downtown. If he can keep that shooting up, hey, I wouldn't mind if he can go 8 for 8 from downtown. But if he can go 6 from 8 from downtown and another 14 for 22 and still get 5 or 6 assists and help and end the team moving the ball, sharing the pie, slicing it up, we should beat Houston. We should beat Houston. And the turnovers. The Knicks actually, what? How many turnovers the Knicks had that game? Excuse me for a second. They only had 9 turnovers. 9 turnovers. If the Knicks can take care of the basketball and play their offense and move the way they moved, the way they did tonight, we are going to be unstoppable in this league. And I already got a shirt. I'm going to put it on. I just don't want to jinx it. It says New York Knicks 2025 NBA championships. Champions, not championship, but champions. And I got that shirt. And I don't want to wear it just yet because I'm not trying to jinx my team. But when we get close, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. And it's a pretty shirt. But hey, like I said, I'm going to say it again. You know how the women say, if you can manifest it, if you can put it on your board, put it on the board, it should come true. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My All right, let's move right along. And we're gonna finish this video up with the bench. You know what I'm saying? The bench came out. Tibbs actually brought the bench out because I know y'all heard me complain about the Knicks in the 8-man rotation. The 8-man rotation killed Detroit Pistons tonight. And he brought out the bench early on in the fourth. Not gonna say early on in the fourth quarter, but it's more earlier than he usually do, which was 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He emptied the bench. And what and I've been talking about I want to see them play more because I want to see them get more experience, get more comfortable, just to be ready for the playoffs, just in case we need one of them plays. And we already see Miles McBride is already there. You know what I'm saying? But I want Tyler Colette to get more comfortable going up and down the court, making the right decision on the pass, and get comfortable with his shot. You know what I'm saying? He's a little hesitant with his shot. So I want him to play more because if he plays more, he's gonna get more comfortable shooting the ball. Harold, I'm about to say Harold, Arrow Hooker Putty. I want him on the floor so he can get more comfortable. He can, not be so anxious. And that's with Dottie. I want Dottie because Dottie is a goddamn sharpshooter. It's just that he's rushing his shots. He's probably back, in back of his mind, he's thinking about Tibbs taking him out. He mess up. I like that he got them up in there at 5 minutes. I thought maybe 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We had such a big lead. Like I said, our biggest lead was 38. And I wouldn't mind if we won this game by 16. Because what we displayed with the offense is so encouraging. You know what I'm saying? The offense is so encouraging. But I just want our second unit to be a part of that. And I know once we get Precious Achua back, Mitchell Robinson, and Shamit, our team is gonna be even stronger. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, when we have games like that, yeah, I like what Tibbs did, bringing in the young guys, letting the young guys get a feel of the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be on a consistent basis because I don't want my star players to get hurt. This was a damn good game, almost a perfect game. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Y'all already know I got to be hyped. Y'all know I'm usually like the Ben Stein of this. Nah. But yeah, tonight it was a good game. Got my juices flowing. And it's just so encouraging to see the New York Knicks play this way. And I know once again y'all gonna say it's the Detroit Pistons, but like I said, they're an up and coming young team. They got a lot of nice pieces on this team. Tobias Harris, Cade Cunningham, Ivory, uh, Jalen Duren, not to mention Tim Hardaway. So if this team put it together, they can not gonna say a contender. And I'm not gonna call them a pretender, but right now they're pretenders. But if they keep working, they got pieces. What they remind me of is the Knicks of maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It just was missing a star player and a leader. Detroit can be that team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to try to take anything away from the New York Knicks for smashing down the Detroit Pistons, even though this is our 16th win straight in a row against a team. I still say this show you the way the offense, the way the team played, the way the offense looked, that trading Julius Randle was the correct thing to do. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.